Good morning. Jimmy Brown here. Jimmy Brown Fishing. Today I want to show you a technique that I usually don't use unless the fishing gets tough. And we are in the dog days of summer. Just ended the first week in August, and the crappie fishing has been very difficult. Needless to say, I've been vertical jigging, skipping docks. The only thing I haven't done is live minnows. Obviously, I believe using live bait is probably the best thing to do in any situation. But what I want to show you today is a jig and bobber technique. And basically it's the same as vertical jigging, except I'm using a bobber or a float. This is the type of float that I use. It's a very small float. It has a lot less resistance when the fish go to pull it down. The good thing about using a float is I can pick the depth of where I want to use that bait, versus vertical jigging. Sometimes you get out of that column where the fish are. Now obviously you're going to have a fish finder to determine where the fish are, how far below the surface they are. But anyway, what I like to do as well, just like vertical jigging, is to tie a loop knot. If I get the jig over here, I'll show you. I've got a loop knot tied on this jig. This is a 32nd ounce jig head with a 2.5 inch Bobby Garland grub. And the reason I tie a loop knot is because it keeps the bait suspended in the water in the same fashion that a minnow would be swimming. The other good thing about using a bobber is when the water's a little choppy like it is today, you don't have to work that bait very much, because the ripples or the waves on the water are going to raise that bait up and down and give it that action that you want when you're fishing. So right now I'm in about 14 feet of water, and I'm fishing some structure, some fallen trees, tree limbs, and close to the bank it's probably about 4 or 5 feet deep. So what I'm doing is I've got my bobber set at about 3 feet. So basically what you do, and I'm just going to show you up here close to the boat. Just got a little choppy, a big boat just went by. So basically you drop it in the water, and once the bait has sunk, you can jig the float. And what that's doing is it's giving your minnow a lot of action, more action than what you might think, especially with the waves and the ripples. Wind kind of helps. If you don't want to jig it, you can also just reel very slowly and give it some action that way as well. And again, with the waves, you're going to get that up and down motion. So we'll give it a cast out here at this structure and see what happens. There's no guarantees. The fishing has been very, very tough. I've actually only gotten one bite, and I've been here for about 30 minutes. But one thing I wanted to do is I just wanted to share this technique with you. It's something I don't normally do, and I'm not sure I've even done a video on it, but I just wanted to give you another option. When times get tough, there are other techniques to use, and sometimes this technique is very effective and others it's not. So you just have to have a lot of ammunition in your pocket, and be a little universal or versatile in selecting that technique that's going to catch you the most crappie. I appreciate you tuning into this video. Make sure you watch all my other videos. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up, and if the fish start biting, we'll record a couple of fishing videos. Hit that subscribe button. Jimmy Brown here. Let's catch another one.